Hi, this is Heather Picken, host of the Fearless and Fabulous Female Masterclass. You're going to learn in 90 days or less how to take your business to the next level. You want to go to the next level, you've got to align your mind to your vision and you got to take action. So I want you to take notes, and I also want you to consider to upgrade to the Fearless and Fabulous bundle. What that is experts paid products given to you for only $97. This is important because it's supporting a cause called She Should Run. And that is about getting 250,000 women running for office by 2030. I want you to be a fearless woman. Stand in your power and know what you stand for. I hope you enjoy this masterclass. Well, hello, everyone, and welcome to another expert interview on the Fearless and Fabulous Female Entrepreneur Summit. I'm going to jump right into it and talk about my next guest, Cindy J. Holbrook. And let me tell you a little bit about Cindy J, aka the Visibility Whiz, is uniquely gifted at guiding entrepreneurs to thrive as they go up the ladder from being the best kept secret to trusted and in-demand online authority. Clients benefit from her empowering systems and strategies that enable them to honor their own integrity and attract their ideal clients while building a fun and profitable online business. That is the operative word, having fun. We were just talking about that before we started this. As the host of Biz Success in 15 podcast, Cindy J interviews top experts that share hot strategies listeners can implement in 15 minutes or less. She has been featured on Huffington Post Live, Women's Speaker Association TV, eHarmony, Prevention Magazine, AOL, MSN, Fox, and a guest on numerous online summits, podcasts, and radio shows. Her mission is to guide entrepreneurs to have the confidence and the know-how so that they can succeed in their business. So Cindy J, welcome as my expert guest today.
Oh, well, thank you for having me.
My pleasure. And we're just going to dive right into it. I'm a woman that believes, let's not waste any time. Let's give them what they want, right?
Right.
And you're going to be talking about the 3 simple online visibility hacks that are really that are really going to pay off. They're going to help these women entrepreneurs that are watching to be successful, because that's the key. That's we want to build these big businesses that give us the freedom, give us the fun, right? And being fearless. Now, I also want to. I think it's important to talk about the mistakes. So let's dive into some of the mistakes that you find that women entrepreneurs are doing right now.
Yeah, there's really quite a few mistakes that people make that are costing them time, money, and energy. And so I'd like to share 3 of them. The first one is they put all their eggs in one basket. They think they can build their whole entire business on only LinkedIn or only Facebook. And so they're not diversifying to multiple streams of income. The second mistake is spending tons and tons of time and money on SEO. Now, SEO is important, but let's face it, the people that are number 1 in Google are spending hundreds of thousands of dollars each year to an SEO expert that it's their full-time job. Google changed its algorithm over 600 times last year. And who has time to keep up with that? I didn't go into business to try to figure Google out. I went into business so I could help people like you grow your business and have fun. So therefore, it's really boring to me to try to keep up with all the algorithms. So there's some basics that everybody should know. And after that, just leave it and forget about it and let the universe do its bidding for you. And the third mistake, I forgot now. I forgot my third mistake. Okay.
It will come back to you. Actually, while you're thinking of the third mistake, I was thinking about, you said Google changed their algorithms and some of the challenges that Facebook is having. So I really appreciate you talking about, don't put your eggs in one basket, because something could happen to Facebook. Let's just say you build this, big community and then it's gone because some kind of rule change, where it's either them or the government. So I like that. We really need to be paying attention to not putting everything in one basket.
Right. The third one, I can't believe I forgot this one. To me, it's like one of the most important ones, is people utilize so much energy trying to be like somebody else. It's like if I sat here and I tried to be like you, Heather, I would be exhausted because I can't be you. So a lot of people, they look at their mentors, and we all have our mentors that we really adore, but we can't be like them. So if you're trying to be like them and you're trying to copy every single word they say and every single strategy they have, you're going to fail because you cannot be them. So it's really bringing your authentic self into the picture, being authentic and knowing that, hey, I figured this out from mentor A and this from mentor B and this from mentor C, and you pick pieces of each of your mentors that really align with your personal beliefs and your values. So then this is the way that you're going to grow. And going along with trying to be like other people, I've also seen a lot of clients try to not be like their mentors because I think, oh, I can't copy so-and-so because that would be a breach and I just can't do that. But if you're striving so hard not to be like somebody, you're not bringing in the unique lessons that this person taught you so that, again, you can be your authentic self.
I actually really appreciate that because that is exactly what I teach my business, finding your unique formula, not trying to be anyone else. Because you can take, let's just say you can reverse engineer someone's business, you put it out there and you're wondering, why is this not converting? It's not converting because it's not you. So
Right.
I really appreciate that. Awesome. So we talked about mistakes. Let's talk about some of the visibility strategies because you mentioned, things are changing, algorithms, there's chaos going out there in cyberspace. So what are some of the things that you find really work?
For me, I love social media. I love Facebook, but everybody has to find what works for them. I mean, this is the key thing. Whenever you're trying to find a strategy or a platform to be on, you need to first ask yourself, where is my ideal audience? Because if you're targeting stay-at-home moms, LinkedIn and maybe even Snapchat may not be the best for you. So you really have to ask yourself, where are my clients? Number two is the big one. What do I love to do? If you hate being on video, don't start with a Facebook Live or YouTube strategy because it's not going to work for you because you're going to procrastinate because you hate doing it. So if you love writing, you could start doing guest posts. So you really have to ask yourself what you love. And then third question is, how much time am I willing to commit to this strategy each and every day? Because if you want to utilize guest posts, which I really built a lot of my business doing guest posts whenever I started back in 2009. It's a great strategy and it's a great hack and will really get you out there and get you known. However, if you hate writing and you don't want to take an hour or two a day to write a post and really get it out there, you're not going to succeed at it. If you only have 10 or 15 minutes a day, possibly you want to use a Facebook Live or just start a Facebook group and start engaging with your community that way. So you have to ask yourself, what do you love and how much time are you willing to spend to come up with your strategy? Now, some of my 3 favorite hacks, number 1 is commenting on Facebook groups. Join other people's Facebook groups that are similar to yours and comment and ask questions and get to know the people. You're not there to sell your stuff. You're there to offer value, to let people get to know you, like you, and trust you. Whenever people start seeing your name, it's like, wow, man, Heather, she's answering all these questions. I really want to get to know her. Then they're going to click over to your name, see who you are, join your Facebook group, like your page. And you can really build this up in as little as 2 weeks, just by finding 5 or 6 Facebook groups that you comment on several times a week, if not every single day. Mm-hmm. And the second one is asking questions, offering a quiz, especially if it's about them. But quizzes are super hot. And there's a lot of different places out there that you can get a quiz or you can create your own. But you know, especially women, if you're ideal market, well, we're talking to women, you know, women, we love quizzes. We love answering questions about ourselves. So whenever you offer a quiz, this can create a buzz where people are like, hey, what was your answer on this quiz? And what did you do with this? So it's engaging. It's always thinking, what does my ideal client want? And the third one, which I mentioned earlier, is guest blogging, guest posting. And one of the mistakes that a lot of people make on this is they just start finding anybody and everybody. But let's say if you want to get on page 1 of Google for woman bloggers. So then you're going to go to Google, you can type in woman bloggers, find these top 10 posts that come up, and then check them out and see if they align with your values and see if they accept guest posts. If they accept guest posts, then you can submit your post about woman bloggers, and then you're going to have a better chance of being #1 on Google, because now you're utilizing this other person's SEO and their credentials as being in the top 10 on Google already for women bloggers.
I love those strategies, you know, because it sounds like what some of the biggest mistakes women are making in their business. They don't have a strategy, and they're not being consistent, because you mentioned being consistent, doing it either every day, a couple times a week is really the key. And I like what you said about going into groups and you know, posting on other people's comments, being helpful instead of selling, because I've seen that. I've seen that when I've gone into different groups and people are just selling their stuff, and no one cares about your stuff. They want to know how you can help them, right?
And it's always very interesting, because almost any woman entrepreneur that you ask them, if you ask them, why did you go into business? Their first question is going to be, because I want to help people. Mm-hmm. But then they go onto all these social medias, and instead of helping people, it's like, buy from me.
Exactly. I also like what you talked about, you know, find a strategy that you like. If you're not a writer, don't write. I know personally, I like doing video. Video is really easy. You can repurpose video, but yeah, why do video if that's not your sweet spot? I totally agree with you on that. And so when we're looking at, because this whole summit is about what can you do in 30, 60, or 90 days in order to create an impact online, put yourself out there, get more visibility. And you mentioned within 2 weeks, you could get some traction, right?
Right, yes.
Yeah. So do you find—
the guest blogging can be as low as a couple weeks or a couple months, depending upon when they post your blog.
Right, exactly. Mm-hmm. And, you know, when you're looking at, okay, so like when you're planning things out, you recommend obviously not just having one strategy. We already talked about don't put all your eggs in one basket. You don't know if Facebook is going to be there tomorrow or something happens. So you like to think strategically, like if we're recapping it, first find out where your clients are at, find out what you love doing the most, and then implement your strategy. So how do you know? I mean, obviously it's pretty obvious if you know it's working, you're getting clients, but you know, what can someone expect? Let's just say if they're implementing, we're going to say 90 days. I like to work with 90 days because to me, I think that's realistic. 90 days, what are some of your results that you've done for your, you know, helping your clients after 90 days?
You can really do a lot. And I want to go back to, it's a strategy I learned by one of my mentors, and even you can really do this in as little as 30 days. Excuse me, is going back to if you like Facebook and you start posting in other people's groups, as I said, and people, you know, start joining your group, you could do a Facebook challenge. So whenever you can actually, and I've seen people get clients and sell stuff and really make some really good connections and find clients they love and the clients that love them in as little as 30 days by first commenting in these different Facebook groups. And then a lot of Facebook groups, they have prompts like, you know, what are you up to? So then you can sort of start saying, hey, you know, I have this free 5-day challenge. So you give them this free 5-day challenge. At the end of the 5-day challenge, you can either promote your product, or you can ask them to one-on-one strategy sessions. You can also, if you want to sell the 5-day challenge for like $27 or, you know, something just little. But this can really get you traction in as little as 30 days.
I love that. So what if someone, because you mentioned going into other groups, so if someone doesn't have their own group, so they just start their own group, or do you find it's easier to get traction if they go over to someone's group, or if you're maybe doing some stuff on your personal page, asking those questions, hey, what are you working on? What do you find really helps people the most? Is it one strategy? Is it both?
There's never just one strategy. It's always, I think, a combination of strategies. And bottom line, it really comes to, as long as you're following your values, what aligns with you. Because if it feels icky to you, don't do it. I don't care who tells you to do something that feels icky, don't do it. But if you're excited about it, stuff, first of all, I do believe everybody should have a group today. We want to make connections. People are craving real human interaction. They don't want to be talked to. They want to be spoken with. They want to be asked their opinions. They want to, you know, again, communicate. Years ago, let's say in the mid 1800s to the early 1900s, we were all in really small communities, and everybody did business with people that they knew. They knew about their family. They knew, you know, their challenges and their successes. And then with the industrial age and the invention of vehicles, people started traveling more. They started buying their stuff from these big companies, and there wasn't that personal connection anymore. And I really see with the internet it going more and more and more towards that personal connection. And you cannot get that personal connection on your Facebook business page or on your Facebook personal page, but you can get it with a group, because it really allows for a lot of community in the group. And also Facebook is now awarding groups more. Your group has a better chance of showing up on people's feeds than your pages do. So I'm a big proponent for groups. So you do want to start your own group, and we all start at zero, so that's okay. You can invite some of your friends. If you already have clients, invite them in. Don't ever just start adding people to groups.
Yes, thank you.
No. You know, because you want to ask them. And I actually, like, when I started my group, and I still have tons more people to invite, but I sat there and I sent a private message to people saying, hey, I just started this group. I'd love to have you in it. This is what it's about. Click here to join. This way, it 100% gives them the opportunity to say yes or no. But then you have this group that whenever you're talking in other groups, you can sort of promote your group. Well, in my group, we just talked about this, or I just shared this video in my group that answers your question. You can say things like that where you're not directly promoting yourself, you're still being of value. And again, the more questions you answer, even if it absolutely has nothing to do with your group, people will click over to see what you're about. And if you have Facebook set up properly, then they will find your group very easily.
I love that. Cindy J, you rock.
Thank you.
What great strategies. And for everyone that's watching, you know, these are things that you can easily do. 30, 60, 90 days. You've got some good strategies, and it's no cost to you. That's what I love about it. And before we go, I know you've got a free gift. So can you tell us a little bit about what that is?
We've been talking about Facebook, you know, and my free gift is actually your Kickstart Your Facebook Visibility. This was a 5-day challenge that I did, but now I've turned it into a video series. So this really walks you through how to set up Facebook properly to get the most leverage, to be, you know, the fastest way for you to become known, liked, and a trusted authority in your field. And more importantly, how to set up Facebook for your success.
I love that. And everyone can click on the link below the show notes to grab Cindy J's gift. Well, Cindy J, thank you so much for being my expert today.
Oh, thank you. It's been my pleasure.
And I just want to reiterate to everyone out there is that, if you have a vision, you've got to be fearless in what you're doing. You've got to embrace both sides, and you've got to implement the strategies that my experts are teaching you here today. So I hope this helps everyone. And until next time, this is Heather Picken. Take care, everyone. I hope you enjoyed this masterclass. Now, my question for you is, what are you going to do in the next 90 days? I want you to take action that is aligned with your ambitious goal. When I work with clients, I actually show them how to change the neuroplasticity of their brain. And part of the process is really understanding, what goal, what action that I want to take is actually in alignment with my vision and mission and purpose. So you want to make sure that you have that. My other ask is to consider doing the Fearless and Fabulous Female Bundle. That is an upgrade, and it's $97. It runs throughout the summit. The reason why that's important is, number one, it's going to accelerate the rate in which you start attracting your success with some of the strategies that these experts are offering you. Number two, it's actually going to support a cause called She Should Run. As I mentioned earlier, it's about getting 250,000 women running for office by 2030. As women, we are so powerful, and I believe we're really living in an interesting time that we can change the world with our work. So again, I hope you consider the Fearless and Fabulous Bundle, and I want you to take action, okay? I'm going to be checking up on you.